Postal Service, Medicare, Medicaid, and now we want to entrust them with business. For the most part, those that serve in these elitist positions in Congress, and it is the majority right now, find themselves above the law. I dare say the majority have never read the Constitution.
That's right.
Unless it's amendments for the Declaration of Independence, and in some cases I'm not sure they ever read the Bible. We are, on one hand, faced with the greatest decline since the Roman Empire. On the other hand, it's the greatest opportunity we have had to wake up America, take back what is rightfully ours. We are fighting a two-front war. And in that two-front war, we have the progressives, as they like to call themselves, they're socialists. And I recall that we fought a great war against the National Socialists of Germany. Let's not have to do that again. I listened yesterday, and briefly was mentioned in the paper this morning, something I added here. I am living. Our Director of Homeland Security.
Here we go.
Are calling my soldiers, your sons and daughters, potential extremists. They're calling our great Americans that serve in uniform dangerous. Well, I'll tell you what every man and woman who's ever served in the military is going to remember. They're going to remember the oath of office that they took.
That's right.
And for every officer, as I have been for 30 years for the regular Army, I will tell you that my oath of office was never to the President. It was never to the Uniform Code of Military Justice. It was never to anyone above me. My oath is very simple. I swear to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. Tax day over the auspices of taxes. I'm going to speak a little bit about taxes because I know it's near and dear to all of us. I'm on an extension, so I have a few extra days. We live in a great community. We live in a great community, however, there's a price for it. Within that community, we have some of the highest ad valorem property taxes and sales taxes in the state, and we have probably a skewed way of distributing those tax dollars. 51% of our dollars goes to a great school system, but 51% plus 43% of sales tax. Maybe it's time to relook the distribution of our taxes here locally.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe what we need is a groundswell of citizens who demand from our elected officials, who are our public servants, that maybe that independent group could make recommendations so that we could do economies and efficiency. The consolidation of some of the services. Now I know that every time I say something I may offend someone, but I write an article every month. For 2 years I've been doing it in an old newspaper called The Congress, called My 2 Cents for What It's Worth. I'm not running for anything, so I don't care. My opinion is this. Here locally, what we should be doing is demanding economies and efficiencies in government. What we should be doing is consolidation. Do we really need 13 separate fire departments? Do we really need 2 nonprofits on our tax bill? And I know it may offend some, but I'm saying it's worth looking at because that's what we have governments for. Maybe there are functions of government that could be consolidated for the savings of the limited tax dollars that we have available to give before it's too late in this race again. On the state side, the state, and we're very fortunate there because we have a great senator. I hope he's still here somewhere, Senator Jack Donahue, that's there representing us, a great America. We've discussed this on several occasions, and the problem we have at the state level is so much of that budget is tied up in mandates and things that are constitutional. There's very little latitude to do any change to the program allocation of the resources that we have. I would say it's time to revamp a Constitution that I'm told is about this high. And let's redo the Constitution we're working on. I never have understood how the United States Constitution can have the Constitution and 27, one of which was repealed, amendments, and we have a Constitution in this state that is that voluminous. But that's another subject. At the federal level, it's totally out of control. You've heard Steve Scalise talking about trillions. I don't even know what a trillion is. I've been told by some that if you spent $1 a second from the time of Christ, you would not still have spent $1 trillion today. I don't know if that's true or not because I can't have that many cigarettes. But it is totally out of control, and someone eventually is going to pay for it. This new administration talked about change. I'll tell you what that change is. It's short-changed. We're not, as I said, we're not an arrogant nation. We're not a nation of cowards. We do not bow down to foreign idols.
That's right.
This is a Christian nation with 76% of the people in this nation professing that is a religious preference. I know that the Founding Fathers made sure that this nation was founded, however, on a faith and belief in a supreme being, God. It gives latitude and room for all. There are restrictions in our Constitution that religion cannot be used as a criteria. Very specific. That does not mean that the value system of this nation is not based upon those Judeo-Christian values most of us are very aware of. We've been duped by, probably a better word, by socialists and transnationalists. Just the last week, our president gave away the farm. We're not going to have internationalists, other countries making decisions on our business and our banking system. That cannot be tolerated.
That's right.
Control our business, redistribute wealth, what little is left, and cradle the grave dependency called socialism.
And hate success for people.
What really got my attention is when we have gotten to the point in this nation when Article 1 of Section 9 of our Constitution, which specifically says you cannot pass an ex post facto law, meaning retroactive.
That's right.
And what do? They threaten to take back the bonuses of all these fat cats on Wall Street. I'm not defending those bonuses. What I'm defending is the Constitution.
Right.
They do not have that authority.
That's right.
In this nation, the authority of the federal government is very specific. There are 20 examples of what the federal government can do in the Constitution. Only 20. Now, that right or that authority comes from the states, from our representatives, but ultimately it is from the people.
Right.
You're right. I'll get to amendments 9 and 10 in just a second. I'm tired of having an administration that literally is counterfeiting money. We don't have that.
That's
money.
right. Yeah.
That's right. That's about as valid as what ours is going to be if we're not careful and defend the currency of this nation.
We don't have any money.
We have attempts ongoing right now.